You know, not thinking too smoothly. Anybody from Doolittle? How about do more? No? All right, name some other towns. Jeff City. Anybody from Jeff City? The governor was here last week in Rolla, and I think he drew a grand total of about, what, 20? Look what we got here today, and it's going to grow, believe me. People are going to be wandering in here all day, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I have made a person very responsible for the list, and her name is Jill. Jill, would you please stand up? Jill is my list person, okay? I have contributed that half-used legal tablet for the use of Tea Party. The official Tea Party open mic list is right there. You don't get on unless you're on that list. This woman has now been sworn to make sure that everybody goes in the right order and that I can read their names, hopefully in English. All right? Jill, thank you very much for volunteering. I appreciate that. Again, last year we were awakened to a crimson dawn in America. We hoped things would turn around, but it's worse than most of us imagined. What have we learned? We have a president who lies better and more often than Bubba. And that's saying something right there. And how's that transparency he promised us? Did any of you watch C-SPAN as those closed-door deliberations took place where they sold us out to senators and congressmen? Did any of you see that?
No.
No. The Obama administration has its way. They want to control all media. Hello, Hugo Chavez. Goodbye, First Amendment. If we're not vigilant, he will disconnect you from Fox, Rush, Beck, Hannity, and God forbid, Weinbaum. Be a nightmare, wouldn't it? We have a president who not only is pro-abortion, but backs late-term abortions. Our president has taken over the car, insurance, banking, student loan, and now 1/6 of the economy, the healthcare business. And we don't have the money to pay for it. If you believe Obamacare is going to lower your taxes and premiums, I have a bridge to sell you in Newburgh. It's underwater right now, but I'll give you such a deal. Goodbye freedom. Hello, huge taxes. And we're not just talking about taxes on the rich. We're talking about an upcoming VAT tax. Did you ever hear of a VAT tax? You know what that is? Value-added tax. That's what they do in Europe. You're going to be taxed to the hilt on your income, and then they're going to tag an extra up to 20 to 25% on everything you buy. From Big Macs to Fords, notice I had a little plug in there, to anything you buy. And who does this affect the most? It doesn't affect the rich people, it affects middle class and poor people who cannot afford to pay those kind of taxes. And you think this is a job builder? You think that's a job builder? No. We have a president who is concerned about returning veterans and us Tea Partiers as domestic terrorists. On July 17, 2008, he said he wanted a civilian force just as strong and well-funded and well-armed as our regular army. I'm just wondering, why? Does anybody have the answer?
Gestapo!
I didn't say that. His executive orders have included giving immunity to Interpol, so they are not subject to the Freedom of Information Act and cannot be reproached for any abuse given to American citizens. They are now more powerful than the FBI, CIA, and the Department of Defense. Another executive order signed by Barack Obama forms a committee of 10 governors that could easily be manipulated by our president to declare martial law. All is not bad, though. If you'd bought gun, ammo, and gold stocks in the last year, you would have made a fortune. We have a president who coddles Islamic terrorists while insulting and bullying our allies. He bows before the Saudi king and the Japanese premier, while treating the prime minister of our 63-year ally, Israel, as if he's the dictator of a third world drainage ditch of a country. By the way, those buildings in Jerusalem, that's not a settlement, that is the capital of the state of Israel. He removed missile protection from Poland and Czechoslovakia. He backs Hugo Chavez over the people of Honduras. Puts communists and socialists in as czars in his administration. He just signed a treaty with Russia that tells the world that even if they kill and maim thousands of Americans on our soil with conventional or biochemical weapons, we won't respond with nuclear weapons. You think that's the kind of a message we want to send to the world? Obama brandizes terrorists and wants to try the worst of the worst in New York City, right down the street from the World Trade Center, giving them full American rights. Our Democratic-run Congress and President Obama want you to fail. And here's the reason. The more of us that fail, the more we'll become dependent on the government, and we'll be afraid to protest. Because we're all going to be under the government thumb, just like our car companies are now, just like our banks are now, and now the healthcare industry. I've concluded the only thing that will save our way of life, the American way, is to replace the majorities in the House and Senate with conservatives. And then we need to replace that tyrant who's in office right now in 2012, Barack Hussein Obama. And that, my dear friends, is what your task is. I am so grateful that we've all come together like this. And you know, nobody sent any memos to us. Did you get a memo from the Republican National Committee or the Libertarians to form this? We all just came out, and this is happening all over the United States of America. I am so grateful I live in a place where citizens can still get up and tell their government what they think, because you know what? They work for us. We don't work